welcome back to another episode of Sol y Punto. My name is Nicole and I am a knitter, a natural dyer, and herbalist living in the south of Spain. I'm from New York originally, but I've been here now for more than a decade. And I make these little episodes to share my knitting adventures, my natural dyeing experiments, my projects, my yarn festivals. For example, I just came back from Madrid Love Yarn Madrid Festival, so I will be sharing all about that. That was absolutely beautiful. And I always like to highlight a plant at the end of the episode. And today's plant is Hypericum perforatum. I know. I've already spoken about Hypericum back probably like on the second episode. So I'm actually going to be putting some of that footage of Hypericum in here. But I will be adding some new information about Hypericum and about a special event that is coming in May. And I wanted to let you guys know now because you can sign up for free, I think, until March 15th. So I thought, why not talk about Hypericum again? Because if you don't know about Hypericum, or if you didn't watch the beginning episodes of my podcast, well, we can always talk more about Hypericum, can't we? I mean, I know I can. So, St. John's wort, or St. John's wort, however you want to call this beautiful little plant, this beautiful little flower, which soon I was just walking here and I saw that the wild orchids are already blooming, or just one. I saw one already blooming. It's February 15th, 16th. Happy birthday, Eva, my college roommate. Anyway, I don't think she's watching this. Imagine if Eva is a knitter. I'm gonna send her this video. Anyway, my podcasts are all over the place. We travel in time. Like right now, and I get distracted by the people who maybe are hiking or biking around here. Sorry. I'm going to show you. Sorry, I'm moving my tripod, the branches of my tripod. I'm going to show you my beautiful sweater, but in the past. We're going to go back to the past, and I'm going to show you the day that I cast off, because I came up and recorded a little segment. This was even before going to Madrid Yarn Festival. So I will show you that. I will talk to you about natural dyeing. I will talk to you about my beautiful things that I've brought back from Madrid. And yeah, so stick around. Thanks for joining me once again. It was lovely to meet all of you in Barcelona, in Madrid. It was really cool when people came up and said like, oh, Nicole, like I know who you are, but you don't know who I am because I watch your videos and I love when you go to the mountains with Oso and whatever. So thank you so much for saying hi, and I hope that you are all doing well. And let's go check out this sweater from the day that I knit it. I finished it. Back to the past, and then we'll come back here. Don't worry. All right, see you in a second. Here I am with my sweater. Okay, it's not finished, but I really wanted to wear it today because I was going to have a coffee with a friend outside so that Oso could come. But I knew it was going to be really cold, so I was like, I need to finish it. So I finished it like really early this morning. But the bind off, I did the Icelandic bind off, and it is not stretchy enough. You will see. Okay, I don't know if you could actually see. I will show you. Let's see if I could show you the waistline. You see how that bind off like cuts in like that? No. So we are going to undo that. The problem is with the Icelandic bind off, it's really like you can't just pull it. So I think I might even have to cut it, which sounds terrible, but I still have yarn. I have like this much of the second ball. Can you imagine that this entire sweater was knit with the Surrey alpaca, which is the pink, and then I don't know how much I had of that, but just 2 skeins, not even 2 full skeins of the green Olan. It's like the yarn that never ends. So we'll see how I finish this. I also need to block it, but I'm so excited. It's so warm and cozy, and Oso loves it too. Oso, what do you think about this sweater? Is it like super cozy? It's super cozy. We love it. Don't we love it? We absolutely love it. I have to weave in the ends and stuff too, but so excited. Okay, I'll show it to you now. Blocked and all better. I have a hat, and I also have like the sun shining right here, but Oso is like really chill. And so I don't really want to move. So I apologize for this lighting. But you know what? You're knitting, as Marilisa Lugo says, you are just knitting your sleeve and you don't even really care what I'm saying or what I'm showing you. You're just knitting your sleeve and you just want me to talk and talk and talk while you knit on. So I'm here with my hat. I don't know about this hat. I am going to tell you the story of this hat a little bit with Madrid Yarn Festival. So I arrived to the Madrid Yarn Festival. It's called Love Yarn Madrid. On Friday, I went in the car with Marianela and her family, her mom and dad, and it was really sweet. And I got to the fair and I was watching Mirin of Ardilanak. And I was sitting there watching her show, but I couldn't hear her. She was so far. It was like the microphone, it was loud in there. I don't know, that was one complaint. Like I felt like the talks, it was kind of difficult to hear unless you were in the front row. And far away, I see a rosette shawl and a tall girl, and I'm like, it's Marta! And so I ran over to give Marta a big hug. And Marta, yeah, we hung out. I had a great time seeing her. And Marta on Friday night bought yarn from these people. So this is from someone singing up in the mountain. Can you hear him singing? Oso heard him singing. Oso, where is the singing coming from? I hope that he does not come and bother us. We are like in a valley here. It's a beautiful valley. There's lots of horehound around. And in the summer, it's like nice and cool in here. It's a little bit chilly now, but because I have so much wool on, it's perfect. Anyway, so Marta bought some of this hand-spun yarn from a dyer and spinner from Portugal, and their name is Tanta Design. And this is the first time I've ever knit hand spun, and I absolutely loved it. I need to start spinning. That is my next thing that I need to learn, Erica. And so it's so squishy, and I loved how it was thick and thin. Like, it was so fun to knit. Oh man, but this lighting is just really not doing it. But anyway, so I loved knitting this. So Marta bought this yarn in like lime green, bright neon green on Friday. And on Saturday, when we were sitting out at our vermouth in the sun and having our ham and everything, Marta pulls out her finished hat. And I was like, Marta, you knit that hat last night? And she knit that hat last night. And now there are kids screaming. So I'm sure they're probably going on that walk. Anyway, this is the soundtrack of today's episode. I apologize. But yes, so I decided that I also needed this yarn and I wanted to knit it and to have a hat. But I think that you get like influenced by all of the... Oh my god. Qué vergüenza. And I'm... Oh. Good morning. Good morning. Sí. Buena. ¿Puede bajar? No puede bajar. ¡Qué vergüenza! Thank you. Oh my god. Oh man. What's up? What are we gonna do? Anyway, so those are kids and they're yelling at me. This is not the first time that this has happened, right? This is not the first time that this happened where kids have like seen me recording in the countryside and had the gall to be like, are you recording? What are you recording? Are you famous? Imagine. and they have a whistle. It's probably the gym teacher herding the sheep. The sheeple. Alright, well, I think I'll remove anyway because the sun is beautiful, but for this video, Alright, so should we look for a better spot? So difficult. There's no place like home. So I'm going to finish recording here at home. Today I'm wearing my sweater with all the fruit on it that I saved from the secondhand shop for €4. And this is Intarsia. I always want to say Antarsia, but it's Intarsia. Look at the grapes and the watermelon. It's just fantastic. And it was hand knit. You can see all of the love that was put into it. It's not wool, but it's still lovely. I'm obsessed. So, I was in the countryside and showing you my beautiful hat, which was knit with the Tanta Designs hand spun. And I think I need to embrace the brights. My friend Shamika told me that neons are the new neutral. So we'll go with that. Yes. So a few other things I wanted to show you and talk about. I don't know if I got to talk about my tote bag. This I got from MKAL. And this was exciting for me because of the seagulls, because there were seagulls in Madrid. I was so excited to see them because I'm a big fan of the seagulls coming from Long Island, New York, where we have lots of seagulls. And a few other things. What else? Here, I don't know if I showed you. I already started knitting. But I was gifted this beautiful yarn in this beautiful little project bag. And this yarn is Regia Silk Sock. So this actually has 20% silk, 25% polyamide, and 55% wool. And I actually ripped out the verbena socks that I was making because that was a DK yarn and it was just gonna be too much. So now I am knitting them again. I just started. I have my beautiful stitch marker from Marta, another one from Marta, and this one I think was in the advent of last year from Tintika and I. Well, 2 years ago now. And I'm just knitting them on 2mm needles, and these are new. This is Addie. I have them right here. This is a new needle that I'm trying. They're called Addie Novel, and they're lace needles with ergonomic design for effortless holding and knitting. I really like them so far. I really like Addie needles. The only thing is that I don't really like the cable. I mean, not that I don't like it, but I like the lace cable on the ChiaoGus better, like that metal kind. This is more plastic, but they're fine. So these socks are from the 52 Weeks of Socks book, the verbena socks. And they have a beautiful lace pattern on them. I mean, there's really nothing there. I just started them. And yeah, so those are those socks. What else? Oh, and this is the ChiaoGu cable, so you could see the difference. I like the ChiaoGu cable, I think, better than these Addie cables. But it's okay. And what else? This is a beautiful, I'm gonna use it as a keychain. But this was made by Laura Campos. It was her birthday, so happy birthday, Laura. And she gave one to me and Marinela and Antonio, because we are the three musketeers. What else? I have all my goodies here. Oh, thank you, Rebe. She gave us, let's see if I have them here. How cute is this from the festival? Love Yarn Madrid, and she even put my name, ThymeWeaver. and they're all little stitch markers on wood. So beautiful. So I was waiting to use them because I wanted to show you all, but how adorable. And what else? Ooh, okay, then I have from Alpaca Ana. She gave me these stitch markers and I love them. So this is, can you believe, from Alpaca Ana, that there are alpacas in Spain? So exciting that there are alpacas in the north of Spain, and there are, Alpaca Ana is a project that they're working on. This is cool. This is like a big stitch marker or a ring. Honestly, as a ring, it's kind of cool. But a big stitch marker for when you're knitting on big needles. And I love these because I love eating. This is for the puchero and for Sol y whiskey. I've got a fork and a spoon. And how cute, a hanger. Oh. Oh, and this is from Alicia. Thank you, Alicia. The Tree of Life stitch marker. And this is also from Alpaca Ana. So I have new stitch markers for my collection. What else? Oh, and from my Marta. Marta gave me these adorable, she's been doing these really cool, look at that one. That one's a puzzle piece. And these have Siempre Viva, which is a plant that grows here in the south, probably in other places. Honestly, I was thinking about making one of these into earrings. And even if they're like two different ones, I like to embrace the unequalness of it all. What else? Oh, from Begonia. Look at this. Look at how adorable. I don't even know how she makes these. Sorry for the crinkling. But this is a little stitch marker made out of crochet. She must make these with like the tiniest hooks. A little granny square stitch marker or earring. I think I like the idea of like having one earring and different. So thank you, Begonia. What else have we got? I don't know if these people watch in English or Spanish, but Láname mucho from Veronica. I've got lots of chapas, lots of pins, but they're on another project bag, which I don't have here. This was also this was from the first night when we went to dinner. They did like kind of a mystery friend type thing. And I got this, and you can never have enough measuring tapes. And look at that alpaca. I'm in love. Yarn rules. So those are those gifts. And then, oh my gosh, speaking of alpacas, hi. So this is from Alpacas El Camino, which is another farm in the north of Spain. I think they're in Cantabria. And that's Flavia. Flavia is the yarn that I have. She's hiding, the brown one back there. And the reason why I was so excited about this wool, Alpacas El Camino, is because it's from Flavia. So this is Flavia alpaca from the specific Flavia. It's super soft. It is 207 meters and 100 grams. I plan to make some socks out of this, even if they're shorties. I'm gonna like divide it into 2 balls and just start at the toes and go up and see what I can get. But it's 50% alpaca from Flavia, 25% merino, and 25% nettle. Nettle fiber. I've been wanting to use nettle fiber because nettle is amazing. So that is that wool, and their project is super cool. I love what they're doing. And I guess that's it. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Save the Sheep. So I don't know if you've seen on the Instagram that our project Save the Sheep, we're working with local endangered species breeds. Well, this one is a local endangered species breed. The first edition of Save the Sheep, which was the Rosette yarn. And this beautiful pattern is available for free on YouTube, or you can buy the pattern if you want it written on Ravelry. And this is the Rosette shawl designed by Beagle Knits, Antonio. I can show you. And this is a color that I dyed with avocado skins and a little bit of madder root. And it's like this beautiful pinkish, creamish color. So that was the first edition, and this is yarn from the Aosta Valley in the north of Italy. And this is the Rosette sheep, which is an endangered species breed of sheep. And the second edition of Save the Sheep is this beautiful, I don't know if you can see it well, this beautiful yarn, and we are preparing the kits for the mystery KAL, the mystery knit along of March. So you can still get your kits. We've got a bunch left, and we are naturally dyeing them. So you can get the natural color, which smells very sheepy, farm to craft room, totally. And so you can get the natural color, or we have a palette of 6 different colors that you can choose from. And the kits come with 3 skeins of this, which is 200 meters each, 100 grams. So it's like a DK weight. And you get 3 skeins, so the 600 meters total, and it will come with the mystery pattern to knit a beautiful shawl that Antonio has designed for this edition. And it comes with other surprises and other goodies. So Save the Sheep. We're super excited. The colors that we have created, we had 3 colors, and some people were like, we like them, but maybe if there were other colors. So we're like, we can make other colors. And then we did some magic in the dye pots, and we've created 3 new colors, which we're really proud of and we love. So check out our Instagram if you want to see more of that, and check out the web if you want to get your kit. And that's it. So I'm gonna leave you now with the whole photo, video, little bit of vlog from Madrid Yarn. And then after that, we will talk about our plant, which is Hypericum. Well, I'll talk about Hypericum in the Hypericum section. So that's it. Thank you very much for hanging out. I hope that you enjoy this video, and I hope that you're doing well. Okay, so this is very al sol y punto. We're here in Madrid, and we're gonna go walking over to the festival. We're so excited. I love my view. Like, I want to live in this apartment. This is amazing. Like, super sunny and cool. So, heading over to the festival. Good morning, sunshines! It's the second day of Madrid yarn. Love yarn Madrid. And we're going to the fair. Gonna go take a walk. You can see the moon! I'm so excited. I'm wearing my Sagittaria sweater. And I'm wearing my new socks from Marta! Thank you, Marta! Uy, qué cara de dormida tengo. I have my sleepy face on. I just woke up. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see all the people that I didn't see yesterday and have so much fun. So we'll see you there. Oi, 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 oi.
Vamos a la sorpresa. ¿Queréis más?
¡Sí!
Ahora vendrá más.
A beautiful day here in Madrid. Oh, you can hear the bells far away. So we're gonna go over to the fair. I'm gonna go have a coffee, maybe a toast, and then we're gonna go see some more yarn because obviously we need more yarn and we need to see more yarn. Yesterday was so beautiful. I got to see the talk of Marianela and she sang, and then Antonio and Carlos came and Victoria, I think Victoria's her name, and they danced. It was absolutely beautiful. So yeah, thank you for sharing this adventure with me. I'm so excited to be part of this knitting community and meet all of you guys, and yeah, so I'll see you soon. Thank you. Gracias. Hello, so we are here today to talk about Hypericum perforatum. I'm going to be adding some clips that I had recorded previously about the plant, but I just wanted to mention that there is a Hypericum conference, which I will be taking part in, run by Susan Weed, who is an herbalist from the United States. And you can sign up for free for the conference now until March 15th, 2023. After that, there will be a charge, so I wanted to let you know now that if you're interested in seeing videos and learning about this plant, because there's a lot of stigma around the plant, people saying that it's dangerous, interacting with other drugs, and I think that it's time to end the fear. So that is what the conference will be about. And once again, I will be showing my natural dye experiments there. There'll be lots of videos. It's like a whole platform for e-learning that you can watch at your leisure. So I highly recommend, and I will leave the information down below. So now let's go back in time and see what I've said about Hypericum back in the day. Today I would like to talk about Hypericum perforatum. So the genus Hypericum, the family of Hyperaceae, I don't know how to pronounce it, has over 500 different species of herbs or low shrubs. But Hypericum perforatum is one plant that I know quite well here in Granada, in Europe. But it's native to Europe, but it was brought over to the Americas by Europeans, and it grows prolifically all around the countryside. It really likes sandy soil. I found it near rivers. I found it up on the mountains. I found it in like abandoned lots. So it is growing everywhere, and it's beautiful. Hypericum major is another plant that we have here in Granada, which I'll put some pictures of. It's really beautiful. It has these huge yellow flowers, and it grows really low to the ground. I think that in England I saw that it's called Rose of Sharon, which is interesting because in the States, Rose of Sharon is a completely different bush, which my family actually has a Rose of Sharon bush around the house. So, St. John's wort, Hypericum perforatum. It's called St. John's wort for many reasons. First of all, wort is the Old English word for plant or herb. You've probably heard that before. But St. John's wort flowers around the day of the feast of St. John the Baptist, which is the 24th of June. This is a big celebration here in Spain, in the north of Spain. And they say that this plant has been used for wound treatment for millennia, and that in the Crusades, the Order of St. John, the warriors would use the plant after battles to heal wounds, war wounds. If you look at the plant, you can see from above the leaves are in opposite directions, and they almost form like a cross. So if you look down on it, you can see a cross. And if you hold the leaves up to the light, you can see little translucent dots of glandular tissue, and so it looks perforated. So that is where the name Hypericum perforatum comes from. And another way to identify the plant for sure is that if you squish the flower buds or the flowers, you will see this like reddish purple liquid. The sap of the plant, the salvia in Spanish. Yes, and it's a wonderful plant. I mean, you can use it for many different things. Just being with the plant is beautiful. If you want to make an oil with the plant or a tincture, these things are really lovely. To make an oil, you would take the flowers and some of the leaves, and you can put them in a jar, and then fill that jar up with olive oil, almond oil. This year I even used avocado oil, and then leave that to macerate for about 6 weeks in a dark, cool place. And then you can filter out the plant material, and you have this beautiful red oil, which is fantastic for healing any skin wounds that you have. A sunburn, it's really good for sunburn. It's really relaxing on the muscles and the nerves. St. John's wort has an affinity to the nervous system. Actually, it's been the tincture and the oil is used to treat herpes sores, which is a virus that lives in the nervous system. And the tincture is very antiviral. So you can make a tincture by filling up a jar with the flowering tops and filling that up with some vodka that you can get at the supermarket. I looked for the cheapest bottle of vodka with the highest alcohol content, and you can make also a bright red tincture, which is equivalent to SSRI antidepressants. So if you are taking antidepressants or any other pharmaceutical drugs, I would not recommend taking hypericum internally because it increases the level of serotonin and it accelerates your metabolism, which is not good if you need drugs to be working in your body. Also, if you're taking contraceptive pills, or the pill, if you're taking the pill, the hypericum, it will decrease levels of estrogen like estradiol, which I think is the most dangerous of the estrogens in your body. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a biologist, but I would not take hypericum internally if you are taking any pharmaceutical medication, basically. I also would never take hypericum in pill form. I think it causes photosensitivity in maybe 10% of people, but it's interesting because you can use the oil as sunscreen, at least after sun. Maybe I wouldn't put the oil on and go lay in the sun, but after you're in the sun, it's really healing to the skin. And the tincture is really antiviral and antibiotic, and yes, I like the tincture. I mean, I don't fly on planes now in this world that we live in, but it's really nice to take before you go to an airport because of its antiviral properties, but also because of its relaxing to the muscles. And it has been known to help prevent jet lag, which I've used it and I've been pretty good when I go back and forth from New York to Spain. So I love hypericum. Actually, I started my whole plant journey and getting interested in plants a few years ago with hypericum because one day my dog had this like horrible wound on his shoulder. It was like a hot spot that he was just licking and it was just not okay. It was like almost 3 weeks and I was planning to take him to the vet. And one day I saw this woman on the street. She stopped me and she said, hypericum, you need hypericum. And I said, what are you talking about? And she said, she started telling me that her daughter's a vet and she has a dog just like my dog. And long story short, I went to the herbal shop, got a cream made out of hypericum, and within 3 days, the wound was totally closed. And I was shocked. Everyone was so surprised because it was like a conversation topic that we were having all the time. What can I do about this hot spot? And hypericum saved the day. So yeah, and then a few years ago I found it growing in the wild, and now I find it everywhere, and every year I get so excited when it's in bloom again. And I think it's a beautiful plant that you should all get to know. So get out there and find some hypericum.